mentioned in the last video, although I don't know if anybody heard me or not, the Champion 600 had died. The output transformer blew, which I always thought when something blew, specifically in an amplifier, from what people have told me, when like their amp blew up or whatever, there was a big puff of smoke, like a spark, nothing, you know, the Champion 600 just stopped working. And I took it to my friend Brian, who's amp repair tech, and you know, it was, you know, I could have gotten a new transformer for it, but at that point it would have been cheaper just to buy a new amp. The problem is, when I started looking for a new one, they don't make it new anymore, so you have to buy it used. So, you know, all the amps were modified, and, you know, I liked 600 the way it was, and so I, you know, a couple weeks went by, and I started looking at kits to build, and they don't make a 600 kit, so I really wanted a 5F1, like, you know, the sort of classic Champ, you know, late 50s, and most of the kits were good, but weren't great, and with the help of my friend Brian, I started putting together a little parts list for a sort of ultimate Champ, like the best Champ that I could sort of build. And as I, you know, started putting it together, I quickly found out that I wasn't building something that was unique or special. This is something guys do all the time. So I wound up finding a guy locally who was selling the exact amp that I was trying to build. So for half the price of what it would have cost me to build it. So this is my new little amp. Let me give you a quick little look. There it is. It's just a little guy. It's a 5F1 style Tweed Champ, which is sort of the late 50s Tweed Champs. He didn't build it. He had Marsh build it for him. A couple of years ago, I think they signed the cabinet. I think it was 2009 this was built. So it's really a spectacular lamp. All pine cabinet. It's lacquered tweed, so it looks nice. It's got an 8-inch Weber ceramic speaker in it. And then the internal parts, which nobody finds interesting but me, I guess. Not other people do. Use just the best that you could use. It's Sprague Adams filter caps. It's Jupiter tone caps, which are sort of like the newer Astrons. It's carbon comp resistor, so it's really quiet. This is on the bridge pickup, and you can hear how quiet it is. It's not a, you know, and, you know, very quiet. Mercury Magnetics did the transformers, and he did some cool things to it, which are kind of cool. So it's got a 5YE rectifier tube, and it's got a 12AX7 preamp tube. But the cool thing that he did was he had them, I guess this is to do with the output transformers, I'm not exactly sure, but you can swap either, this is a 6V6 or what's in it right now, a 6L6. So you can actually change it from about 5 watts to about 8 watts. So, you know, the 6L6 gives you a little bit more clean headroom and it's louder, but, you know, 6V6 is cool too. Sort of different sounds, which I was sort of surprised at. And the one really cool thing they did was he added this little boost switch. So here's what the boost off. With the boost on. It sounds spectacular. I'm so happy with it, and I really wanted to build my own, but you know, as everybody knows, I'm getting a little bit cheaper now. So it costs about half of what it would have cost me to build it, and Marsh did a great job on it. I mean, it's a beautiful little amp. It sounds great, and I love that boost switch. I mean, this is what, you know, the boost. All it does is add a capacitor into the circuit, which boosts the volume. And it just, you know, you get a little bit more gain, you get a little bit more aggressive. And the boost is really good for when you've got it clean. pretty spectacular little amp. I'll play it with the. I don't have the Stratocaster right now. It's getting fretwork done. So I got the Tele and I got the SG. And I'll play it real quick with the SG, just so you can hear. Because people are always interested in different sounds. Weirdly enough, this is the first time I played the SG in a really long time. I hardly ever break this guitar out anymore, which is a shame. I'm thinking about selling it, which I've been thinking about selling it for a year or so. But every time I play it, I go, man, it's a good sounding little guitar. That's on about 4. And like I said, I've got the 6L6, so it's really, you know, I know I'm going to get the question, why didn't I just get a 5E3 Tweed Deluxe? I like smaller wattage amps because, you know, if you live in an apartment or in a townhouse with other people, you know, this is like, I think 8 watts right now, so through an 8-inch speaker, it's awful loud. Especially when you get it at pumping, you know. And the thing I learned about these little tube amps is you got to turn them up to get them good. I mean, this is on about 5, you know. You know, it sounds, so let's put it on about 9. Needs a little bit of work. That's on about 8 with the boost off. So yeah, it sounds unbelievable. I know it's gonna sound like shit. I've been using my iPhone for making the videos for a while now, and it just sounds like shit. But it sounds so good. So I'll be doing a lot more videos with it in you know, in the future. Hopefully, when I get the Strat back, then I'll be able to do some of that. You know. Dark and the Dominus type stuff, but yeah, so I'll give you one more quick look just to finish up with it. I repurposed the Champion 600 logo, but there it is. So I will see you all soon, my friends. Take care.